So we are here at Power Objects with, well, introduce yourself.
Marco Amoedo, I'm the CTO for Europe for Power Objects. So work with Microsoft Dynamics and Azure Microsoft Cloud Technologies with our clients.
So tell us about Power Objects, what you do, and
yeah, sure. So Power Objects is one of the biggest Dynamics partners. It's actually the biggest Dynamics customer engagement partner. About 2 years ago, we got acquired by the ACL, a big company as well, that helped us to project our company, go even bigger, and it's been great so far. And what we do is we're a little bit different to other partners. We do services like everyone else, everyone does services, but we also have 3 other pillars to our company. We do support. We have one of the biggest support desks outside Microsoft. Then the other 2 pillars are really what makes the difference for us. It's education, which we got a dedicated team just to help our clients and Dynamics users to learn, to train their people, and also to manage change, to get the most out of these solutions from the human perspective, component change. And lastly, the add-ons. So we got an R&D team, and we build add-ons for Microsoft Dynamics where we see gaps on the product, working with our clients. We build these add-ons, and they are really fantastic solutions on App Stores. You can try for a month, get them, see the value, and install them.
So you got some gadgets right here. Could you tell us what you have on the table?
Yeah, sure. So this little thing that looks like quite a weird device, but it's actually quite tiny. It's a small microcontroller called Particle, and what it does really, all these fancy cables, is just measuring temperature, humidity, barometric pressure, and this little thing here is actually an air quality monitor. So what we do with this device is, imagine if you had this in a nice industrialized version at home, and you are a landlord or a tenant, and this device can actually measure the environment of your property, make sure that you don't have any humidity problems, excessive damp or air quality, no one is smoking inside, stuff like that. The interesting thing is this device just connects to the cloud through Azure IoT hubs, and it streams the data, what's happening here. We can actually talk to the device from Dynamics and get commands, send commands, receive. And then, you can do really cool things. For example, I got here Power BI dashboard streaming live the status of this device, so we can see the temperature, the humidity on the room, and see what's going on. And it actually gets all the data stored, so we can do trends, analytics, predictive maintenance, and so on and so forth. If we look at from a Dynamics perspective, Microsoft actually built a solution based on IoT, so you have the Internet of Things solution here, where you can manage your devices, manage those alerts, and this device is actually wired through Azure IoT to this CRM Dynamics instance. So whenever the temperature exceeds when the humidity exceeds a certain threshold, it will fire an alert in CRM, so then you got all the information from the device, what's happening, where is the device located, and then you can actually analyze the alert and then go through the process of creating a business case and maybe dispatch an engineer to fix it using all the capabilities of Dynamics. So it's very powerful. It also, in some of our clients, we actually integrate with Dynamics for operations, and because from an inventory perspective, from a finance perspective, from all the field service operations, you need to manage that, account for all that effort. So it's a great tool. The most interesting part of this is actually only 10 lines of code to connect the device internal on the device. There is no code at all involved to get that from once it gets to the cloud to CRM. It's all using Azure capabilities, logic apps, configuration first, declarative. So it's very powerful, very simple to deploy it for companies. And the use cases are amazing. It's just, if you start thinking now, about other use cases. They talk with social care, elderly people living by themselves at home. They need some, they like independence, but they would also like to have a level of reassurance that if they fall or they have any problem, so you can use movement detectors and stuff like that with these devices and provide a level of help.
Very nice. This box is a mock-up. And this is only the battery and the sensor. So when you can make this smaller.
Of course, yeah. This is actually what they call a developer board. So it's a breadboard with all the cables there, all the stuff. But the core of this thing, if you actually untangle the cables, is that just that chip there. That's all you need, really.
Yeah.
So it's very powerful. It can connect to lots of different and there are lots of different devices. You could just use open source platforms as well, like Arduino or even Microsoft has now the Windows 10 IoT. So if you look at the Raspberry Pi, lots of good opportunities to do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
And the screen.
Yeah.
Or anything else to
yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of we did an episode on IoT earlier, and so it's really interesting to see how easy it is to kind of get information from the field through kind of it's cheap technology. And
even with this development is normally when you buy components actually all of you see here I bought it just off Amazon, nothing crazy, nothing stuff, is easy, and it only costs around $30, €30, and it's very cheap. But if you look at the industrialize that, it will become much cheaper and much affordable. So it's really powerful. And if you look now at the development on IoT devices, the companies are starting to roll out what they call low-power networks for IoT devices to use data instead of using the traditional mobile network. Use other bands within that, so you can. IoT devices don't need lots of data. It just needs send occasionally messages, low bandwidth. So there is lots of exciting developments there.
Cool. So let's look at this screen. Yeah.
So this is actually another example of a kind of an IoT device, but it's taking a different spin. It's more for retail operations. So if you look at this screen, what it's actually doing is tracking faces that show up on the screen, and with a webcam that we got linked to it. And essentially, as soon as it detects a face, you see now it gets your age. It tries to present videos based on your demographics. What it's actually using on the back is Azure Cognitive Services, a really interesting service from Microsoft to bring intelligence to your applications. So there's very little code here. It actually is a universal Windows app. It could run on any sort of device. And what it does is, track your face, as soon as it detects a face, we'll call these cognitive services, guess your age with using cognitive services, and start to show you some content. But in the background, what it's actually doing is tracking all of that in dynamics. So what I got here is actually statistics of our most visualized content over the conference days. I can see actually the gender split. I can see the average age. So it's the equivalent of web traffic, but in a screen. And actually, let's try to do a bit of a demo. So I'm going to try to get in frame of the screen and see if it recognizes me. So if we look now, what it's actually doing, guess our age. You look younger than me. I got my reading glasses, I got beer, I was a little bit of a smile there. And what it should do in a few seconds is actually recognize that I'm Marco, because it's actually going and checking into our CRM for a contact, and there it is. It found me. I'm Marco, known to our company, so it's tracking because my contact picture in CRM, it knows who I am. It's a really powerful scenario for retail where you have this type of displays and you want to get a bit of statistics about who's watching them.
Yeah. So basically, what you need is a webcam and this app.
Yeah, I just a few lines of code, a bit of coding on universal Windows apps and stuff. But yeah, this is just a proof of concept that we did with some of our clients. It's, as I said, really, all these cloud scenarios with Dynamics now really connected to Azure. they opens lots of capabilities for intelligence, and just bringing dynamics applications to the next level. It's no longer just something to record data. It's actually helping you. You got similar capabilities now for predictive analytics in operations. It's really powerful.
Yeah, and you guys can be found online at
powerobjects.com. That's our main website, and we got lots of content there. We actually publish our CRM book, which is a free book that we got online and maintain to help our clients with CRM. We got tons of blogs. Everyone on our team publishes blogs there. Try to help the community, and obviously our Power Objects TV as well, with lots of really nice videos and short videos about different things, like everything from power apps to customer stories.
Yeah. Are you gonna focus now that Dynamics 365 is active? Are you going to kind of branch out to operations as well, or AX?
Yeah, definitely. So our parent company ACL always did both CRM and AX. Power Objects started as a 100% focus on Dynamics CRM, really cloud-first company, looking at all the modern technologies. But obviously now with the Dynamics 365 platform, it makes sense for us to work our parent company and bring the operations capabilities into the core of what we do. We, as I said, be different as a company with lots of cool stuff and try to be with the community. So we want to bring the same capabilities to the operations space, and we're looking forward to get there. And if you think about it, most of our bigger clients now, when we talk to them, they're actually, it's no longer just a CRM conversation, right? They want the whole platform. They're looking for a connected cloud platform where you can actually run your business.
Yeah, very cool. So is this your first summit?
Personally, yeah. I mean, Power Objects has been in a few. I always was involved with the CRM user group in London, but yeah, it's my first summit here in Europe. I'm originally from Spain, but living in the UK, so I help with the communities there whenever I have some spare time. I try to, bring my little bit to the community whenever I can. And it's one of the most fantastic things of the Dynamics platform is really these things, the community that we got here, the amazing people just publishing content, publishing tools, lots of good stuff coming.
Very nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Fredrik.